Hello everybody, welcome to Transy Learning Chemistry videos. Today we'll be discussing about phase changes, and in that we'll be covering the topic heating curve. This is the sixth video related to practice problems. So let's see what all questions we'll be covering in this video. The first question. The figure below shows the change of phases of a substance on a temperature time graph. You can see here the temperature time graph where temperature is taken on the y-axis and the time is taken on the x-axis. So we need to figure out what does the part AB, which is this one, BC, this one, CD, this one, and DE represents, and what is the melting point of the substance and what is the boiling point of the substance. So let's start this question. We need to figure out what does AB, BC, CD and DE represents. So if we start from the scratch, that is from this point, this is the heating curve. So at this point the substance will be in the solid state, and as we know from the heating curve that whenever there is change in temperature, in this case rise in temperature, there will be no change in state. So if we A point represent the solid, the B point will also represent the solid, and this point on the graph where we have a horizontal line, there is no change in the temperature. This phase represent there will be change in state. So the point C will represent the liquid phase, and the transition from the solid phase to the liquid phase on heating is known as melting. So if we answer this question, what does AB and BC represent? First of all, AB represent increase or rise in temperature of a given solid from 0 degrees Celsius to T1 degrees Celsius, and the heat absorbed in this case will be mc delta T, where m is the mass of the substance, c is the specific heat of the substance, and the delta T is a change in temperature. That means T1 minus 0 degrees Celsius. We have taken the heat absorbed as mc delta T because whenever there is no change in the state, the heat absorbed is given by this formula, that is mc delta T. Now what does BC represent? BC represent the melting of solid at T1 degrees Celsius, and as there is change in state, as this phase represent the melting process, so the heat absorbed will be m into LF. M is the mass of the substance and LF represent the latent heat of fusion. So now let's see what does CD and DE represent. So we are here at this point. The C point represents the liquid phase of the substance. As you can see here that in the CD part there is increase in temperature. We know that whenever there is change in temperature, in this case rise in temperature, there is no change in state. So this point D will also represent the liquid phase, and we can see here that DE is a horizontal line which represent there is no change in the temperature, that is T3. So in this case there will be change in the phase, and E will represent the gaseous phase, and the transition from the liquid to the gaseous phase on heating represents the process of boiling or vaporization. So CD represents increase or rise in temperature of a given solid from T1 degrees Celsius to T3 degree Celsius, and the heat absorbed in this case will be mc delta T because there is no change in state. Next, what does DE represents? DE represents the boiling of a solid at T3 degrees Celsius, and the heat absorbed will be m into latent heat of vaporization. This is latent heat of vaporization. Now the next question, the melting point of solid and the boiling point of solid. Let me just label this. This is solid, this B part is solid, C represents the liquid, D represents liquid, E represents the gaseous state, and this also represents the gaseous state. And the transition from the solid to the liquid state is known as melting, and the transition from the liquid to the gaseous phase is known as boiling. So if we see here, T1 represents the melting point of the solid, because here the solid substance is changing into liquid on heating. So the answer is T1 degree Celsius. You can see here that the DE represents the process of boiling, that means changing of a liquid to the gaseous state. So T3 represents the boiling point of the substance. So the answer is T3 degrees Celsius. So that was all about the practice problem related to heating curve. Thank you very much for watching this video. For more videos, you can visit our website transelearning.com. Have a great day.